something I expected us to do. We're now on the level of Chelsea. That's just what it is. Like everybody should have expected it because I know I expected it, especially when I saw how we set up our defense and how we set the lineup. I think they had Dyer on their right center back side. I already knew then that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. He needed to be in the central center back position. I don't know why they had Sanchez in the middle. Sanchez can't pick a pass. Sanchez has been in the beginning of the season was playing great at the right center back side. I don't understand why they switched that up and had Dyer on the right, but it clearly did not work. And Tanganga as well. Right after he got the yellow card, that was it. He was going to get beat every single time, every single time. And I think I'm pretty much done with Tanganga. I don't need to see no more from him. He needs to be loaned out immediately. It's the first team that wants him, if they want him now. Because it's clear they were just attacking that side the whole game, and you knew it was going to. Once he got the yellow card, you knew that they were just going to favor that side the rest of the game, and they did. And right then, one of the goal chances was pretty much when he got beat by his man, and it led to attacking chance for Chelsea, and we're right back to what we're doing. So it's something I completely expected. What we definitely need a central midfielder who can pass, who can set up and create chances for us. We definitely need to get in that Adama Traore immediately. We need to get that deal done. I say this week, I will hope. But this board is ridiculous. I don't understand why we're 23 days in, we have not made not one signing, and we're struggling making a 20 million pound signing. I don't understand that. We can't afford 20 mil, and we're supposed to be worth.
One thing that concerns me is they've had 6-7 months to plan a strategy for a transfer window, and the best we've come up with is Traore. I mean, could no one else have done that? I mean, I could have done that. I could have gone, what's a good player from Wolves? Well, probably Traore. Okay, brilliant. But is it really that difficult to pick out Traore as a transfer target? I'm talking about like a proper scouting network. And I know I'm sure Paratici is working on that, but it's just farcical. I'm so tired of that ridiculous conversation. It's just mental, isn't it? It's just mental that we're supposed to be this growing club, this exciting club, and we can't do simple things like that. This literally 6-7 months of planning, we've come up with Traore.
Well, you know what it is? Manchester United call their stadium the Theatre of Dreams. We need to call ours the Theatre of Lies, because that's all it's been built on, a theatre of lies. But Wes, any positives or any players you want to discuss during the game today?
I think I mainly put out probably Tanganga. He was the worst player on the pitch. Positives, Bergwijn and Kane were fine. They did what they could at what they had. And I think we said this a couple of games ago. Whenever Kane has to drop deep, we're pretty much in trouble. If Kane has to drop deep, we're pretty much in trouble. Every time it happens, it means we're on the fence, and we're pretty much like about to get our behinds kicked, or we already have let in a couple goals already. It's just we need signings, to be honest with you. And the fact that we have this beautiful stadium and we don't have the team to match it. We have this billion-dollar stadium with the team that doesn't even represent it, to be honest with you. But, it's just there for show for Enoch and Levy to get their pockets full. And, we can't just keep on going at the players and how they're playing. This comes down to who brings the money in to get those players on the pitch, and the person who scouted them and brought them to and thought it was a good idea to buy them. And that's what it comes down to. I think Paratici, he needs a little bit more time, but it's clear he's not the one over this no more. It's clear it went back to, it's just like a faulty position. I guess he's just there to say that he's the director of football. But we all know it's Daniel Levy who has to allow him to have the funds. So this goes down to Daniel Levy. I say we keep protesting. I say we really start pressuring him, because this is ridiculous. Like, there's no reason we should be struggling paying 20 mil for a player. Like,
I mean,
there's no reason.
You know what it is, George, as well, and I completely agree with what George said as well. I mean, I think the main thing we need to buy right now is creativity. We need someone that can create. Realistically, if you were in charge now and you could go out and buy some creativity, what kind of player are you looking at?
Ooh, I don't know what player. I can't name any names. The only one that's clear that's available immediately off a free transfer is pretty much Erickson, but Erickson's now going to freaking Brentford most likely now. But I can say the qualities of the player we need. I don't know what player we always, the rumor one's been Kessie, Weston McKennie, but Weston McKennie kind of does the same thing Skip and Hoiberg does. He's not really a creative attacking midfielder who can score. He's just not one. He's not one of those type of players just yet. I think he can build into that player later on, but not now. He's pretty much he'll be pretty much another Skip or Hoiberg if we have gotten him. Kessie, he's a level above. I think Skip and Hoiberg. He gives a little bit more quality with more scoring and everything and being in attacking positions. But then again, he's still not that creative type player really to me. I don't know what players really out there to get that. It's hard to come by those type of players, especially right now. A lot of the ones we know of by name, they're all pretty much locked down on contracts, and teams are not going to give them up if we're not paying a significant fund for them. So we're in a very interesting position when it comes to that, when we're looking for that type of player. But we need somebody who has like tremendous feet, has a touch on them, can kind of go through little intricate passes, can pretty much work with minimum space. Because that's the problem I'm seeing a lot. A lot of our players cannot work with minimum space. They struggle with the foot, with their foot on the ball. They really do. You saw Tanganga, his touches are very far away from him. Same with Session. Session, he had a chance on the left side where he made a good run, but he couldn't keep the ball down at all and control it enough for him to make that shot. And he ended up making like a bounce shot that ended up, of course, going wide. So we have a lot of that kind of players that are just not at their level. I think the other one, we got a young player in Hill that can kind of do that. I think he would, if he was a little bit stronger, I think he would pretty much be the ideal player we put in that central attacking midfielder position because he's so technically sound. It's just that he doesn't have the strength out there to really last the whole Premier League type of game. But I think later on he can probably become that. But that's the thing we keep on doing too. We keep on getting youth players who could become that, but they're not that just now. We gotta hope and groom them and hope they can be that later on. And that's another problem we have with our scouting system. It's to me, I don't have too much to say about it because I don't have any names out there that I can just think of off the bat we can go after. We're not paying a very good amount of money. If we can't pay 20 mil for a Traore, I don't know how we're going to get an attacking midfielder of actual quality that can really change our offensive approach around.
This is the thing.
Conte is, a lot of people in the chat are blaming Conte for this. I mean,
No.
No,
let me
I'm not having that because I think our game plan was solid from the start, but then the mistakes kick in, right?
Yeah, let's not do that. Like I don't want to hear nothing about us going on Conte at all. This is not all Conte's fault. Who's the actual person, like Brian's been saying, is Daniel Levy. That is the problem. Come on, guys.
We point the fingers at the manager every time, isn't it?
We got a world-class manager. Yeah. We cannot keep on blaming it on the manager. We just cannot. We cannot do that.
Let's say like
sorry, Serge, you know what it is as well? When people go for me, and I must admit it's getting less and less because people are seeing what I've been saying and realising it's okay to blame the manager, but we've been through 13 of them. It's okay to blame the director of football. We've been through 5 of them. It's been okay to all of these things. It's okay for people to say this occasionally. But when it happens time after time after time and again, the same story keeps repeating itself, and there's one common denominator that's been there the whole goddamn time. When do you say, do you know what? It can't be such a coincidence that this keeps happening every single time. Even when we're pre-Poch, even when Martin Jol was changing things, even when Harry Redknapp was doing what he was doing, every single time it's the same thing. How many times? That's the thing that gets me. I understand if we just had a brand new, if it was a clean slate and it was our first manager, whatever, then you could blame the manager.
Yeah.
But it's the scouting network. And people go, oh, it's not Levy, it's the scout. Who hires the scouting network? You don't think that Levy speaks to someone before he hands over 60 million for a Dembele, but turns around now and says, well, what the hell did you do with my money? If this had been ENIC and it was their people that were purchasing companies, and they squandered this money, they are gone. They are gone. See you later. I'll get someone else in. But this keeps happening, and there's a common denominator, and I don't know what has to happen before everyone realises that. Now, I'm not saying everyone needs to jump onto my bandwagon, and I'm completely right, but come on, just look at the evidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So from my perspective, I still think we can get top 4. I think like it's very open. No one's guaranteed it, and I think our fixtures are in our favour for the remaining games of the season. I'm not saying that our team is top 4 quality, but neither, I believe, are Arsenal, United, or indeed West Ham at this stage in time. Do you think that, obviously, it's easy for us to be angry now. Like, I don't think, as much as I love saying we'll win 3-1 and stuff for the game, as I said earlier, the reality is it's always difficult for us at Chelsea. They always outdo us in some capacity, okay? So we could arguably have written this game off anyway. Stelios made a good point in the last game, which I was sat with him, and he said, like, winning this Leicester game puts the pressure off the Chelsea game, because if we draw it, we lose it, we win it, whatever happens, we've got a really good 3 points here, and Chelsea's difficult, right? So that has happened. This game has happened. It's not gone our way. But we've got, I think, Southampton at home, Wolves at home, City away, and then Leeds away. So arguably out of those 4 games, I would hopefully think that at least we could get maybe 3 wins out of that. I think we could do that. Southampton's going to be very tricky, of course. Do you think that we can still get top 4? Not forget the quality aspect, because this is obviously something we've been addressing for the last 5-7 years. It's not new. Do you think that we can still get top 4? Maybe generally around the existing team that we have, irrespective of signings coming in and out, and bear in mind as well the other teams' performances around us. Taking Chelsea out is obviously a difficult game, but do you think we can still get top 4? And if so, why? And if not, why?
I think we can. If we get Adama Traore, that work done this week, Romero comes back, and when we get Son back in, I think February, we're going to have a little bit of a stronger team. We'll have a good, different outlook. Conte will have more options. Right now, he's very, very limited with a lot of his options right now, especially off the bench. If he can get a couple of those players back in, get them back in shape a little bit.
Yeah.
Hopefully the international break doesn't do what happened last time, the international break. If we can get a good amount of our good or like very strong like players back, I think we'll have a chance. We have a way better outlook when we're going against more of the harder teams. I think we do need to get a couple more results against one of the more higher level teams. Not to get, we're gonna have to be honest with you. We're gonna at least be one up against the ones that we're competing for the fourth place. But I think I think we got games in hand on West Ham. I think we're a better team than Arsenal, to be honest with you. But I think we still got a chance for top 4. And if we do worse, it'll be 5th at most, to be honest with you. But I don't see us going any lower than that, to be honest with you. I don't think Conte would have us. I just don't think so. No.
The thing I just want to bring up now, and I've seen this mentioned before, and I need to address this. There was a comment here by Neo1972, and I keep getting this thrown at me, where it says, "Levy and ENIC out for who exactly?" Now, listen, and this isn't at you, Neo, this is at all people that ask this question. It's not the supporters' jobs to find chairman. Chelsea didn't go, oh, do you know what, Chelsea fans? Let's get together. I really want that Roman Abramovich. He's doing loads of bits of business. Oh, I really want him. He could do good for the club. He came to the club. Manchester City did not sit there saying, oh, who can we get to buy our club? I think we can get a country to buy our club and invest into our club. Newcastle did not sit down and say, do you know what? Let's get in the Saudi Arabian family that own the country. It's not our responsibility. There are people out there, billionaires that we don't even know about, looking at the club. It is not the Tottenham Hotspur fans' responsibility to find owners. The people who are out there is whether they come and will meet Levy's demand. It's not Tottenham Hotspur fans' job to find the owners. It's Tottenham Hotspur fans' jobs to show their frustrations at the way the club is being run, the highest price season ticket, the highest price kit, hikes on food and beverages, everything going on with the club, nothing being invested onto the pitch. Nothing being invested onto the pitch. If they were invested onto the pitch, if we sign Vlahovic right now, if we sign James Ward-Prowse, and I'm just picking players now, right now, Spurs fans would pay that money and wouldn't care because they can see what's going on the pitch. Nothing is getting them back on the pitch, and when it does get back on the pitch, it's cheap imitations of players we want. So it's the fans' responsibility to stand up and voice our concern and anger at the way our beloved football club is run. The game is about glory. It is not our job to have a business degree and look for these people. They are out there. It's not Spurs fans' responsibility. And Neo, like I said, this isn't directed at you. This question is being said by many people all over social media, not just at me, but loads of people. It is not our responsibility to find them. It is our responsibility as a club and as a fan base to voice our anger. Everyone is quick to voice it at Sanchez if he fucks up. Everyone's quick to do it at Winks or whoever. Everyone's quick to do it at the manager. Why is the chairman not allowed to have anything bad said about him? After 21 years of broken promises, lies, and a stadium that can hold concerts, has 2 pitches, and the longest goal line bar in Europe that fills up beers from the bottom. Sorry, Wes, I just needed to get that out there, mate. It's literally, again, that question where we're expected to find the fans. I just don't get it. I just don't get it, Wes. So yeah, there's just before we ask you another question, but Bob has put another comment in saying the only reason we're in the top 4 shout is due to the lack of quality at Arsenal, West Ham, Manchester United, Leicester, and we have poo around us. Yeah, he's right. That's why. I mean, I said on a show that the boys did with We Are Tottenham TV when they're talking about the top 4, and I said with this squad we will not get top 4. We will not, because people keep saying we need our first team 11 to be fit the whole way through. Not only do they need to be 100% fit, but they need to be 100% on fire the whole time, and it's just not feasible. Wes, do you think we're getting top 4?
Yeah. So like I said before, I think we can, but we're gonna have to get Romero. Gonna have to come back soon. We're gonna have to definitely get the Adama Traore deal done because I think he can be amazing for us for chance creation wise on the right wing back role. And of course, when we get Son back, that's another option for the left sided of the pitch. If those players can hold out and we can keep at least our mainstay in the starting 11 at least healthy for the rest of the season, at least most of the season, then yeah, I think we can. But I think the worst we can do is probably 5th, if that does happen. But I think we still got a chance to top 4. We got games in hand on West Ham. I think we're better than Arsenal. They already scared of us. They already canceled their game against us. So that tells you. But we still got some things we can still do to get to the top 4. But is it slim still if we lose games we're not supposed to lose? Hey, that's us out. And that's kind of what happened last year. We lost games that we weren't supposed to lose to, or we draw games we're not supposed to draw. That kind of stuff keeps happening, which happens a lot. Then that's going to mess up our chances. But if we have a chance to take that 4th spot, we got to make sure we win the games we're at least supposed to win. At least win the game. At least win the games that we're supposed to win. That's at least what I said.
West, my friend, thank you for calling in, and hopefully we'll see you soon. I really appreciate your answers and the honesty and everything that you said. But hopefully we'll have you back on soon. But thanks for calling in, buddy.
Always a pleasure, Wes, brother.
Yep. Come on, you Spurs. Come on.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.